sir. I got this.
Hey folks, this is ioEther and we're back with some more World of Tanks. So as you can see, this is Max Pano in his TVP VTU, the concept, and this is obviously a tier 8 check tank. This is a tier 8 game on Hellhoof, so it should work out rather well. I'm still trying to get used to the new art for the minimap, but we'll get to that later. So in the meantime, before we get the game started, as always, if you want to support the channel directly, then my game list link is in the description below. That would be really helpful. And it lets me give you guys perks and stuff like that in exchange for supporting the channel. So stuff like TeamSpeak access, there's giveaways in there that are exclusive to the game with subscribers. There's other perks like priority playing with me in platoons, or what's it called? Other things like in the XCOM 2 campaign, I'm putting the game with subscribers in that, so they actually get to be part of the experience. Anyways, so that all being said, if you want to participate, that'd be amazing. If you don't, that's perfectly fine too. If you want another way to support the channel, then the like button is always available, and that would help out quite a bit. Or just comments. So the enemy ELC is dead already because he got super aggressive, got lit, and got dead. That's generally how that works. Mace is taking up an aggressive position on this ridgeline. He's going to wait for enemy heavy tanks to just come wandering through this path, and then he's going to put a shot or so into him. Unfortunately, this tank... What the heck is that IS doing? He pulls back a little bit, not really far enough to make it so the IS couldn't shoot him, but to make him a less obvious target. The IS is driving like he's drunk anyway, so unlikely he's going to get shot, but you know, in case the IS gets lucky, Mace wants to not be there. Super Pershing actually aims in and takes our track off. So where did that hit? Oh, gets another one because he didn't fix his tracks fast enough. So he gets shot in the face twice. I think that was probably worth using the repair kit there to get the tracks back on. So you didn't get shot a second time, but in the meantime, Mace is taking his time and making sure to call the Super Pershing out on using APCR on him. I mean, I don't know if the second shell was APCR or not, but the first shell definitely was. And that's just silly. If the second shell was still gold, then that was silly also. Now Mace can't really get back up into this ridgeline because, well, the Super Pershing's still there. SP1C takes our tracks off. And this time Mace uses the repair kit, because that autoloader can make short work of him if he's not really careful. IS poking out around the edge, and our heavies are just finally pushing in. Nobody's been defending that corner at B1, but our heavies were just not doing anything for the longest time, and now they're starting to push in. IS is looking the wrong way, so we're just going to pop up auto-lock onto him and put a shot through the side of his turret. Now Mace is going to start to push forward because, well, there's no enemies left in sight. They're all around corners, so it means he's got room to push up. And he might even be able to flank this Super Pershing and get a shot into his vulnerable back end. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be able to. He's auto-locked onto the Super Pershing, so he guarantees that the shot is going to connect. Well, makes it much more likely to connect while he's moving around. Much easier to aim that way. I think pushing around in front of a KV2 is a bad idea unless you know he's literally just fired. So I think that's what Mace is waiting for. He's waiting for the KV2 to fire at something, and then he's going to jump on him. In the meantime, it looks like our team is winning, which is good. And then I say that and we lose our SP1C. And now it's possible for them to escape this flank. The heavies didn't get here as fast as Mace was hoping they would. He was hoping for that shot to happen a whole lot sooner, but it didn't. We do have fixed camera on. Nope. No, we didn't. My bad. Whoops. Wonder how long that's been like that. Whoopsies. This Mace starts just taking apart this poor A44 who's made the mistake of sticking his driveway out around a corner. A44, of course, has the turret at the back of the tank, so you want to make sure that you always have good shot with that auto aim. You always want to reverse around a corner, like not reverse, but like reverse out, like side scraping kind of thing around a corner. Unless you know the corner is safe, in which case, of course, you can drive around normally. But anytime you're doing stuff like that, you never want to stick the front of your tank out, because the front of your tank is incredibly vulnerable, seeing as the turret's on the back. Okay, so Mace is now moving around, trying to find the next target. The game isn't won, but we're winning. He seems to auto-locked onto these the ripper pattern and fired, unfortunately, just after he lost vision. So that shot probably went wide. Wow, the accuracy of this gun, even when the aim circle is really big. He just keeps landing shots into this ripper pattern. I probably wouldn't have taken that first shell. Would have let the gun aim in a little bit more first, but he took the risk and it paid off, so that's good. He's trying. Well, I think for a sec there he had a lock on the I6, but decided to release it because of the fact that he just didn't have a target. Our heavies have continued just pushing towards the enemy base, even when they know there's no enemies over there. It's a little strange, but okay, sure. All the enemies seem to be grouped up over here. Mace takes another shot into this M40. This time, of course, well, again, he's using the auto aim feature to make it easier to connect shots, especially while he's ducking and diving and moving around. Lorraine takes out the M40. There is a ripper pattern back at the enemy base, who is... Oh, he's probably going to take apart our OHO. He takes... Ooh, M44 takes out our VK. Now the ripper pattern is probably going to take out our OHO here in a second or two. He's got enough health that he can take a hit from the OHO and be okay. Again, auto aim, as again, he either doesn't trust his ability to aim, or more likely he's... That should not have been an auto aim shot. So that's the downfall of auto aim. So I'm going to pause it right here and talk about this for a second. So when you're popping over ridge lines and stuff like this, using auto aim is really great because of the fact that you can lock onto a target, pop back, wait until they're not looking or whatever, pop over and immediately fire and pull back. And it takes less time to do that than it does to pop over, aim in, and fire and pull back. So when the target's looking at you or paying attention in your general direction, and you need to get snapshots off that can do damage, and you're not facing the front of a heavily armored target, say a T-28 or a T-95 or Tortoise or something like that, even a heavy tank that's got like an E-75, as long as you're not facing the front end or one of those things, you can pop over the ridge, fire, and pull back, or pop around the corner, or whatever you have, whatever obstacle is here, or that you are firing around. You can do that really quickly with the auto aim. You just lock on by looking around the corner, because you can look farther around the corner than your gun can aim, right? So you do like this, you auto lock on, and then you can pop around the corner, fire, and pull back again. Now the problem is when you do stuff like this, which is where that rip pattern is either doesn't know we're here, or knows we're here because he's taking damage from us but doesn't have us lit, or is just not paying attention because he had other priorities. Any of those things could be true. Doesn't really matter. Either way, the pattern doesn't care that we're here, or doesn't have any idea exactly where we are. It doesn't really matter which it is. but he's not paying attention over this way. So Mace should have taken the time to aim in and not just autoload right there. And if he had actually aimed in on that, that shot would have connected. He was just barely out of range. He's firing APCR so that his shells get there when he pulls the trigger instead of having to wait for that lead time. But there is still lead time, and just because you're using the auto aim does not mean that you're going to connect every shell, especially at this range when both targets are moving, or both ends of the shot are moving. You're moving forward, and the enemy is running in a non-straight line. Oh, sorry. So as much as the auto aim can really help you, if you're using it at long ranges, be very careful. You can still miss shots. Should have been really easy to make. There we go. As the IS-6 dies, once again, auto aim being employed. I think Mace is probably using the auto aim too heavily here. He has the skills that he doesn't need to use it all this much, but he's either gotten lazy or has just decided, is maybe just in I don't care kind of state, and has just decided that this is how he's going to run this game. But that's okay. I mean, the problem with the auto aim is if you get too dependent on it, then you're going to fail with it at really key times, and it's going to start losing you games if you're not careful with it. But that's okay. I use it all the time as well, mostly for when I'm circling things, or when I'm running away from something and just want to hold the fire button down. Nice shot, fully aimed that time. Manual aiming instead of auto aiming, and he connects and kills it. Probably didn't need the gold. It is kind of ironic though that at the start of this game, Mace called the Super Pershing out for using gold on targets he didn't need to use gold for, and Mace has been using a lot of gold on a lot of targets he didn't need to use gold for. So I think that's really ironic, and a nice twist there. And so yes, I'm gonna call you on it, man. As he stops to consider that. No, he's actually telling the entire team that, or the entire map, that he wants the AMX with him. And so we're gonna. I see the SU up there, probably lit by the AMX. Got hit by something. Artillery, probably the FV. And now all the rest of the artillery shells are raining in. Mace doesn't want to move up here too much because he doesn't want to get proxy lit. There we go. And also he's instructing the AMX to follow him. The AMX is, or sorry, the ELC is apparently actually, he was trying to pull the ELC to him. He's actually pulled the 13F3 as well as the ELC to him. That's okay, that's what you get for being unclear in your chat logs. But that's okay, he's got two AMXs coming up with him. He's got enough health to take one hit from this Ripper pattern, but not two. So yeah, he needs to be careful. It's been lit. Really? Ooh, sorry. Oh. Weird, so apparently the Ripper pattern could see him from right there, but he couldn't possibly see the Ripper pattern. And so the ELC is going to go charging. Oh, actually, that's probably what lit him, was the M44. And Ripper pattern is going to have an ELC hit him. ELC gets shot, but takes out the Ripper pattern, and that is the should be game right now at this point in time. Mace should just be able to pop over and kill this artillery. HE loaded, not gold, and hits the shell. Good job. So that game could have gone a lot worse if Mace hadn't been paying quite as much attention. And I'd still contend that at the very start he should have used the repair kit when he first got tracked by that Super Pershing, instead of taking the second shot from it. and he definitely didn't need that repair kit later on in the game. So think about when you use your repair kits, man, a little bit more, and you will do much better. Also, that gold use though, really? I understand you were trying to get shells there exactly when you fired them, versus waiting for travel times and all that, because APCR travels faster. I get that, but you can't call out somebody else for using gold and then use gold for the rest of the game. Really? Master Badge, first class fighter, fire for effect, shy of that Top Gun with only 5 kills instead of the 6 needed, but of course he earns the high caliber. Getting some spine damage in and even some scouting work in. That was well done, sir. 3,000 damage. The next highest on his team was a tier 6 artillery with 1,700. The top tier heavies did not a whole lot. Good lord, guys. Really, what were you doing all game? 19 shots fired, 17 hits, a ton of gold thrown out the window, but that's okay. It worked out well in the end. Well done, sir. Thank you so much for sending this in. And don't forget, if you want to help support the channel, the best way, as always, is my GameWisp link, which is in the description below. Or you can hit that like button. It is completely up to you. And thank you all for watching. Have a great night. This is ioEther out.